From beautiful downtown at the Old Fort Firehouse in North Manchester, Indiana, it's Good Night with Christopher Blue. Here's your host, Christopher Blue.
Hello and welcome to Good Night with Christopher Blue. I'm Christopher Blue, and we have a pretty fun show for you tonight. Tonight, Reverb and I are going to talk about what superhero movies we watch to pump us up and get us ready for a good mission. So let's get him out here. Reverb! How you doing, bud? Yeah. Go for it. Whee! Alright, Reverb. We have been on many a mission together.
Yes.
And we've needed to prepare ourselves, get ourselves ready.
Yes.
For a mission. So we like to get ourselves pumped up and excited. So I just like to share with people that normally on our superhero episodes we get a little more serious. We talk about the work, and all that. But I thought we'd have a little more fun with this episode and just talk about the movies that we watch to get us pumped and excited to go out on a mission. So why don't you start us off with a movie or a show that you like to watch to get you going?
Well, I also like to watch the movies when I'm working on upgrades or a different suit. And so when I'm designing and when I'm making a new suit, I like watching Batman Begins or the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, or the first season of Arrow. Okay.
So you threw 3 out there. Let's focus on Batman Begins. Is there a scene specifically, I'm sorry, did you just say a Christopher Nolan Batman movie, or did you say...
Oh, yeah, Batman Begins.
Okay, good. So is there a scene specifically from Batman Begins that really pumps you up?
Where he's designing his suit and everything, and getting all his gear from Fox. Lucius Fox, not the news channel.
Fox. Why does that news channel sound familiar? They gave you your name, didn't they?
They can fox off.
The Reverb Weaver shirt. Get it in the link down.
But yeah, when Lucius is opening up the drawers and showing him the suit and the gear, and then for some reason, specifically when he's spray painting his gauntlets and his chest plate.
Okay. Psychs you up to work on your suit.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm going to steal yours. Spider-Man, the second Spider-Man movie, actually. There is the scene where Spider-Man gives up and he's going to help Aunt May move, and the neighbor kid is asking where Spider-Man's at, and Aunt May says we've been wondering the same thing and all this, and she goes into this speech about how there's a hero in all of us, and it inspires Peter to don the mask once again and become Spider-Man again. And that speech that Aunt May gives in Spider-Man 2, it just puts such a fire under me. Every time I see it, I'm like, all right, I need to go out. I need to do something. And I've just found like the character of Spider-Man as a whole does that to me, which I will bring up another example after you give me a second example.
So my outreaches and patrols were limited for a while. Mm-hmm. I didn't have. I bought a bike, flat tire. Bought another bike, got stolen. Bought another bike. But then my work schedule got hectic, and I didn't have time to go to. So everything has been limited. I recently got a vehicle though, finally. And when I was all like, I'm going downtown. I'm doing this again, finally. I watched the first season of Arrow, and then another. It's not a movie, but it's all the shows. But the Crisis on Infinite Earths disc. I got a disc that's got all 5 episodes on it. But I like to watch those episodes. They get me really pumped and jazzed to go out. And then Justice League War, the animated movie.
So again, you're giving me multiple examples. Let's stick to one example and tell me a specific thing.
Okay.
From that one example.
So I'll go with Arrow.
Okay.
But just the scene where he's getting into his dad's old building and he's got the sledgehammer and he's knocking the wall down and he's getting everything set up and he's doing his workout and he's shooting tennis balls and like when he finally starts going out in the hood and everything, and especially since I usually have a hood.
Yeah.
But it gets me really like, yeah, let's go.
So I'm going to take it back to Spider-Man. I don't know what it is about the character of Spider-Man that just really pumps me up, but Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, yep.
I don't know what it is about that movie. Like, and it's even hard for me to choose one moment from that movie that pumps me up because the whole thing is just about a kid learning to accept his responsibility as a superhero and then to push beyond it because he has the heart but he doesn't necessarily have the ability, so he's trying to learn how to control his powers and all that. But if I had to choose one moment, it would probably be that last speech in the movie.
Oh. Where
it says, anyone can wear the mask. Anyone can go out and do good, Anyone can be Spider-Man. And just by the end of that movie, I am so ready to go out on a mission. I
thought you were gonna say the scene where he finally gets it under control and busts out of the chair.
That's a good scene too. Like I said, it's so hard to choose just one, but if I had to choose one, it would just be the end speech. Yeah. An inspirational speach is all I need. Like if Captain America was in the comics, he would get me going for sure. I would not shy away from a Captain America speech. Give me one more example, and then I'll close this out with a final example.
I think I'm gonna do the. I'm gonna say the Crisis on Infinite Earths thing again. And I think I'm gonna say the. Two scenes would be when they're at the dawn of time and everyone's finally together to fight the Anti-Monitor, and then that's episode 4. Episode 5 of that is they all have a thing where they get together again and have to fight the Anti-Monitor, and they're on Earth 1, and everyone's getting together and doing their thing.
Yeah. Now, it's been a little while since I've seen The Crisis, but when spoiler alert, when Green Arrow is dying, right?
Yeah.
Is that when they say something like "You were the best of us," or?
Yeah, he's dying, and he starts talking to Barry, and he says, "You, my friend, are the very best of us."
Yeah. That part gets me. Not it doesn't even get me pumped up necessarily, but that it like hits me. That's probably my favorite part of the special. But the final example I will give to pump me up for a mission. Oh man, this might feel like a cheap cop out because I mentioned it, but Captain America, the First Avenger. I can pop in Captain America, First Avenger, and by the end of it, he sacrifices himself for the greater good, and it inspires me to want to get up and go. A lot of the MCU films actually inspire me to get up and go, but Captain America, I'm telling you, you got the shield right here. There's a reason. So, is there a thing that you can think of in the Captain America movie that gets you? Because I know I've been stealing yours.
He does a speech in Age of Ultron, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Age of Ultron and then Endgame, when he gives the speech before everyone.
Captain America can just speak to me all day. I love it. That's our show. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified whenever we upload new content. Until next time, good night, my sweet baby angels. I'll see you tomorrow.